Because my dumbass decided not to freaking change it. And which I'm going to be now changing it on from that thing. Alright, there we go. Add that too. Alright, so first match on the card is Josh Crusher versus Ted DiBiase. Nick Miller and Shane Thorne versus Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. AJ Styles versus Undertaker. Kurt Bale versus The Rock. Cody Young versus Tommaso Ciampa. Sheamus versus Jey Uso. And then Kenny Omega versus Samoa Joe. And to show champions, let's see. Universal Champion is Samoa Joe. United States Champion is Randy Orton. SmackDown Women's Champions Bianca Belair. SmackDown Tag Team Champions are The Bar. Raw Tag Team Champions are the Bludgeon Brothers. Raw Women's Champion is Becky Lynch. Intercontinental Champion is Jeff Hardy. And the WWE Champion is Samoa Joe again. Because for some dumb reason they decided to give him the championship on both shows. But, go ahead and do this. Start show.
This is one of the most anticipated
First match is Josh Crusher versus Ted
history.
DiBiase, and Ted DiBiase wins.
Get ready.
TM61 versus the B team, and the winners are the B team. Undertaker versus AJ Styles. The winner of that match, AJ Styles. Kurt Bale versus The Rock, and The Rock wins. Myself versus Tommaso Ciampa. I win. Sheamus versus Jey Uso. Winner is Sheamus. And then Kenny Omega versus Samoa Joe for the Universal Championship. And the winner is Samoa Joe. is it so quiet? Oh, that's why. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Be nice if you'd actually let me select a photo. Oh, now it's letting me, okay. Uh-huh. After this, I might actually switch over to 2K15 and do the same thing. How's it going? I'm just waiting for it to simulate, and then while I'm doing that, I'm just adding thumbnails for some old videos. Edit, edit, custom thumbnail, select, save, and back. I got a lot of Friday the 13th videos that I have to put thumbnails for, but I'm going to take a break from that because it's getting close. Alrighty. Now, my universe. Let's see, who are the champions for this one? Umaga is Universal Champion. Okay. Elias is US Champion. Bianca Belair is SmackDown Women's Champion. The Bar are SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Belgian Brothers are the Raw Tag Team Champions. Naomi is the Raw Women's Champion. Elias is also the Intercontinental Champion for some reason. And Sami Zayn is the WWE Champion. I really shouldn't have put everybody in on the same shows. I should have just left it. And better yet, I should just redo this whole thing. But anyway, Daniel Bryan versus Undertaker, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas versus Nick Miller and Shane Thorne, Jey Uso versus Sheamus, Chris Jericho versus Drew Gulak, Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship, and Hulk Hogan versus Solaka for the Universal Championship. Alright. I'm really wondering who's going to win these matches.
This is one of the most anticipated
Alright, Daniel Bryan versus Undertaker.
WWE history.
Randomized winner, and it is Undertaker. No shocker. But Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas versus Nick Miller and Shane Thorne. Tag team match. Axel and Bo Dallas win again. Jey Uso versus Sheamus. Sheamus wins. Chris Jericho versus Drew Gulak. Chris Jericho wins. Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle. Steve Austin wins. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship, and the winner will be. Are we gonna have a retain, or Sami Zayn retain, or are we gonna have Kevin Owens become the new champion? Sami Zayn retains, and then Hulk Hogan versus Umaga for the Universal Championship. Will he retain, or will Hogan take the title? Umaga retains. Alright. For the simple fact of that, I am going to go ahead and redo this, because I have made a bad idea of this. I'm going to just go ahead and make a new one. And I'll just add all the people who are NXT onto all, or at least a few shows. Let's go over here. Alright, so wait, let me actually check who I have. I mean, obviously I'm going to add in my custom guys too, so let's see who are all on the NXT roster. There are 20 people. So let me think, I can add 10 people onto from the NXT roster onto this. So I can add 2 main champions. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford will go together as well. And Bianca Belair. Or she's already there, apparently. No, yeah, Bianca Belair. And Bobby Fish. As well as Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Alright, let me actually do something here. Actually, no. Before I do that, let me go ahead and do this. Let's add in. Let's start off with. I'm gonna add this Aaron Black. Add in AJ, Alistair, Angelo, I'll add in Andrade as well. Austin and Aries. Change these 2 out. I'll add in Batista, Bianca Belair, Ben Black. I'll add in Billy Ambrose. Why not? Oh, wait, oh, put in him. Dakota Kai. And Grim and Doo-Hop as well. Wait, and I'm going to add an Edge. Where is he? Edge and Eddie. Let's see. And John Moxley for Dean Ambrose, because I know he's on Raw. There you are. Switch those 2 out. And these 2. Kurt. There's Kyle O'Reilly. Lance. Lacey. There's Rowdy. There you are. And I'm going to also add in Ricochet, Ronda, That and Rob Van Dam. And Scott Hall and Shane Thorne. Taylor Bate. Tucker. Which means what else? I have to find Otis. There it is. Pete Dunne. The Velveteen Dream. Vader. Umaga. Ultimate Warrior. Tony Emerald. I don't think any of the cruiserweights are showing up either. So I'm gonna add in the cruiserweights. Actually, I'll add everybody to the Raw roster, but not SmackDown.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright. I've decided to make a new one.
So I was $2 short to get what I wanted. It was I thought like $52 and some change would have been enough, but I didn't calculate the tax. It said like 54 and some change because I tried to get 2 games, but I had to wait and get the other game tomorrow. There's a $10 one and a $40 one or whatever. And I had to erase something off my terabyte, something I never used, one of the free games. It's in a Mega Man Legacy Collection. Because PS Now, not PS Plus, PS Now had this game that was, they just put available for download a day or two ago, or maybe it was today. And it reminded me of Contra from like way back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this game kind of sucks, and I erased that Contra wannabe. I went and looked for the real Contra, and for like $10, you get like 10 Contra games. Like it seemed to me like every Contra game that was ever made, besides like one I had played on the PlayStation 1 or something.
Yeah.
And you could share play that with your friends, so somebody could come and join you. Or use 2 controllers even, if you had to. Sometimes I still use 2 controllers when somebody's visiting me. I never heard of Just Cause though. I don't know what that is. Doesn't seem like my thing. This is a South American world of conflict and oppression. Don't sound like my type of thing. What the hell is that though? Is that any good? I should see somebody what the hell that looks like. The artwork looks cool. I wonder how much memory it takes up. I never even knew there was a Just Cause 1. hell is this game even about? Looks like Grand Theft Auto or something. I'll have to play it to find out.
All the way to WrestleMania.
I'm about to go back to Dragon's Crown, where that downloads. I only just started that game. It's got like a big boob witch girl that you play as. Scantily clad.
No, you're good. Yeah, I just went to the PlayStation Store.
I was borderline ready to
And we are at WrestleMania. Let's see who are the champions going in. John Cena is Universal Champion. Randy Orton's U.S. Champion. Charlotte Flair is the SmackDown Women's Champion. The Bar are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Leaders of Worlds are the Raw Tag Team Champions. Alexa Bliss is the Raw Women's Champion. Dolph Ziggler is Intercontinental Champion. And AJ Styles is WWE Champion still.
I wish you could program in your own cutscenes. Remember the one where you could do that? Like make your own little cutscenes or whatever? I had Jason versus John Cena back in the day on SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Or somebody hit somebody with a limousine. I think Jason hit John Cena, or John Cena hit Jason with a car trying to kill him or something in a cutscene that you could create. And somebody came out from under the ring. I don't know if it was Jason or John Cena, but I had a Jason-John Cena feud.
Okay, so the first match on the card is Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus Drew Gulak and Batista. Which is a weird team, to be honest. Then it's Mandy Rose versus Paige. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. TM61 versus The Undisputed Era.
Who's the Undisputed Era?
Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. But they also have Adam Cole and Roderick Strong in their corner.
Some people I don't know yet, or whatever.
Then it's the SmackDown Tag Team Championships on the line as the Usos are taking on The Bar.
I've been out of the loop since like the day the virus hit. Like fucking
Then the WWE Championship is on the line as AJ Styles defends against Samoa Joe. And then in the main event, it's John Cena defending the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns.
What's the name of Joe's move?
The Coquina Clutch.
What's it called? The Cocaine Clutch?
The Coquina Clutch.
Yeah, I think it's funny to call it the Cocaine Clutch. Like, don't make Joe use the Cocaine Clutch on you. Because I didn't know what it was called at first, and I heard him saying it like the first time I heard it. The announcer was saying it when I just walked into the room or something. I'm like, what the hell did he say?
Alright, let's see. First match.
This is one of the most anticipated
Raw Tag Team Championships.
WWE history.
The leaders of worlds take on Drew Gulak and Batista. Wait, what? It turned into Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson being the Revival, being the ones to take on take the titles. What the fuck? But they lost anyways. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt win. And it's Mandy Rose versus Paige. Paige wins. Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. Brock Lesnar wins.
Remember Brutus the Barber Beefcake? He had like a hedge clipper as like a hair clipper.
TM61 versus the Undisputed Era. Who's gonna win? The Undisputed Era.
I used to be scared to get my hair cut as a kid because I thought all the barbers were like Brutus the Barber with like hedge clippers. a big muscular dude with hedge clippers was gonna try to cut my head off. So I never wanted to go. So they used to have to let my
versus
hair.
The Bar for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
I had to go to like a special barber.
The Bar wins.
Was the opposite. He was not like Brutus the Barber.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. And the winner is Samoa Joe is the new WWE Champion. And no stars at all. I guess it was a full-on squash. And then the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns takes on John Cena. And John Cena retains. Alright, after this, I'm actually going to switch over to 2K15 and do this. See how different it works over there.
So I just had the audio. It said what do you call it? Chat audio. I had all audio coming out of the headset.
Uh-huh.
And that shit sounded crazy. How do I pause?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Let's hope the monster's right up on me. I need to like fucking stretch or something. Yeah, because a lot of the times I have the sound coming out of the TV. I ain't used to having it come through the headset. This game got decent audio. You can hear all the little walking noises, the people talking. You hear all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But you can't really hear the people in the chat that you're with. You get what I mean? Like, I want to hear the people I'm in the chat with. I can use my TV to hear. You know what I mean? Maybe fucking, if I was by myself, I'd use that shit. The next time fucking, I'm chilling alone or whatever, I'm fucking, might use that shit, but I hear it in my headset though. But it's like, if there's no sound coming out of my TV, I didn't want the people I was with to think I was asleep when I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like the people knowing I'm up. Or something, or some shit, I don't fucking know. I'm old fashioned, I don't like it coming out of the TV, you know, turn it up a little bit. And I'm watching the phone, I got like multiple screens and shit.
Alright. Champions going into this WrestleMania are as follows. Oh, Jesus. Akira Tozawa is the Universal Champion.
Don't he suck?
He's a cruiserweight.
I don't like him.
Randy Orton
He
is
might,
still the U.S. Champion.
a male Oscar.
Maurice is the SmackDown Women's Champion. The Bludgeon Brothers are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Heavy Machinery are the Raw Tag Team Champions. Bayley is the Raw Women's Champion. Elias is still the Intercontinental Champion. Or no, he was... I think it was somebody else who was Intercontinental Champion at the time, but Elias is Intercontinental Champion. Yeah. And then Samoa Joe is still WWE Champion. So let's see what the card has for us. Randy Orton defends the United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Then it's a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship between Dolph Ziggler, Elias, Andrade, and Seth Rollins. Then it's Asuka versus Paige. The Bella Twins take on the Riot Squad. Then it's Cole Jr. versus Jon Moxley. Doo-Hop takes on Akira Tozawa for the Universal Championship. And then AJ Styles is coming back for the WWE Championship. But real quick, let's go to options here. Show intro. Taking that shit off. Start this shit. Don't have to watch the damn thing beforehand. Alright, Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. Championship. And the winner is Randy Orton. He has retained. Fatal 4-Way, Dolph Ziggler, Elias, Andrade, and Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. And Elias retains. Asuka versus Paige. Asuka wins.
Figures, right?
Yeah. The Bella Twins take on the Riot Squad. And the Bellas win. Cole Jr. versus Jon Moxley. I swear to God, please let Jon Moxley win this. Damn it, Cole Jr. wins. Duhop takes on Akira Tozawa for the U.S. or not the U.S. the Universal Championship.
What about
and Akira Tozawa retains.
I get him confused with Tajiri.
And then the WWE Championship is on the line as AJ Styles takes on Samoa Joe. Will AJ Styles take it back, or will Samoa Joe retain? Samoa Joe retains. And that is where I'm going to leave it off. I'm actually going to just simulate to the next SmackDown after this. Go to calendar, SmackDown Live, go here.
You have found the bones of a missing adventurer. Sometimes the dead have been known to leave behind a message.